What is going on, everybody? So today we're going to be taking a look at some eBay auctions and buy it nows that have ended over the past week. It's currently Sunday and I'm recording this after map 1, Vitality, Mongols. I really thought this was going to be an Astralis Avangard 2.0 final, but Mongols took first map. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, again, it's fine. But for the few of you who know, there you go. Either way, we're going to start off with sealed. First up, we have an XY Phantom Forces booster box. This sold for $5,824.54, $8,000 Canadian. This was coming from Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Comes with an acrylic case as well. And I haven't seen any of these pop up in a while, so this will be reflected in the next XY spreadsheet update because we're now including auctions in that. Next up, we have a 2016 Mario Luigi Pikachu EX special promo box. And this sold for $10,500 or best offer. And when we go to 130 point, because I did manage to find everything this week, $7,500 USD there was the accepted offer. Pretty good shape, looks good. I don't know if the person's going to keep this sealed or open it up. Either way, none of my business, $7,500. Next up, we have a case of Evolving Skies booster boxes. This sold on auction for $11,975. So almost $2,000 per box in a sealed case. Case is in pretty beat up condition, but is still sealed. After that, we had a EX Power Keepers booster box. I haven't seen any of these sell almost ever. $20,500 there, and this was coming from Federal Way, Washington. Next up, we have this is a very interesting sale. A sealed case of XY Flashfire sleeved booster packs. This sold for $17,500 or best offer. And if you go to 130 point, it does say that it sold for $17,500. So no offer was taken. A very unique item. I don't think there's many sealed cases of XY sleeve booster packs out there. Very interesting piece. I imagine whoever bought this probably is going to keep it sealed. And I really wouldn't blame them. It's interesting because we talk about sleeved boosters a lot and other ancillary products as not being the best investment, and comparatively to PCTBs, regular ETBs, booster boxes, maybe even a couple other products, they aren't the best investment. You normally don't get the best return on them. But for something as rare as a sealed case of XY sleeved boosters, it could be one of those items, and it's kind of similar to like the Hidden Fates UPC at this point, but even rarer on some of the very early ETBs where there's just not that many out there. So the fact that it's just so scarce could lead to it selling for a decent premium in the future, if that makes sense, compared to like 144 loose sleeve boosters. So moving on, we have, and this is a funny one, I'm sure some of you guys saw this, a Shadowless Charizard in CT scanned pack sold for $30,000 or best offer. If you go to 130 point, $30,000 right there, no best offer taken. I don't know if that's accurate or not from 130 point, I imagine. And you can see here, if you come into the photos, it does look like you can see the wing of the Charizard here. So the people that say CT scanning is not going to play any influence on the hobby, you're just lying to yourselves. There is going to be some influence. I don't think it's going to be anything super relevant. It is only going to affect this very old, expensive stuff where people would take the time to scan a $3,000, $4,000 pack, whatever it is. For modern stuff and stuff that's way less expensive, it's really not going to matter. So I'm not too concerned about it. Maybe it gets to a point where it's so inexpensive and there are trustworthy people doing it, it does become a more meta thing to do. But right now and for the foreseeable future, I am not worried about this. But I did think it was funny. And yeah, I figured I would throw it in here. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you think about CT scanning. Also, if you're getting some value out of this video, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It helps out a ton. Moving on, I think this is the final sealed item on the list today. We have a Pokemon EX Team Rocket Returns booster box. This sold for 46,000 euros or best offer. If you go to 130 point, it does say 46,000 euros. So doesn't seem like there's a best offer taken. That is approximately $53,000 USD. Box looks like it's in fairly good shape, and this was actually coming from Italy. So moving on, we'll take a look at some slabs. Starting off, we have the Umbreon from Skyridge PSA 10. This sold for $20,000 Canadian or best offer. If you go to 130 point, there was an offer taken of $16,570 Canadian, which is approximately $12,000 USD, I believe. This was coming from Canada, Ottawa, Ontario. Very interesting card. We don't see these pop up too often. Next up, we have another of the Mews. These have been popping up quite often. This is a raw copy, not graded, and it doesn't look like it would be a PSA 10, and that's probably why it's sold for a little bit less than previous weeks, but still $10,150. Maybe someone thinks it's a 10. I don't know. I kind of thought there was a bit of whitening on some of these corners, but maybe my eyes are just bad. Either way, it's still a very expensive card. There were also some PSA 8s and 9s that sold this week. I didn't bring those up, but I think the 8 went for $5,860 USD. So you can see there's a very large difference between what the PSA 10 and PSA 8s are going for. Next up, we have a PSA 10 Deoxys Japanese, the lenticular card. This sold through Probstein auctions for $10,000 USD. Next up, we have a Poncho Pikachu. This is the Rayquaza version, PSA 10. This sold for $7,600. This was coming directly from PSA in the vault. I do like these cards, just my personal bias. I wish we would have got them in English as well, but the Japanese versions are still quite awesome. Next up, we have a Charizard. This is a PSA 10. This is the Sky Ridge Holo, and then sold for $7,601 on auction from PSA. This was coming from the vault as well. Next up, we have a Gold Star Pikachu. This sold for $7,200 through ZNG Emporium. And just a few more cards here to end out this video. We have another Pikachu. This is the Japanese XY promo 20th anniversary PSA 9. This sold on auction through Probstein for $7,100 USD. Then we have the Birds, Latias, and Latios GX. This sold for $8,000 or best offer. This was coming from Anchorage, Alaska, of all places. And if you go to 130 point, this card actually sold for $7,100 USD. That was the best offer accepted. That's right in line with what we've been seeing, maybe a little bit higher actually than the most recent sale that took place a few days prior. And a couple more here. This was a very interesting card, I guess you could call it. This is a 1997 Koro Koro phone card that sold for $6,606.51 on bid through Probstein auctions. PSA 10, I'm going to imagine that there is not a lot of these out there in the world. Very interesting part of history and part of Pokemon. And a couple more things that we'll just breeze through here. These are lower dollar ones. This is an Umbreon PSA 10 from Call of Legends. $5,500. This was coming from California. We have a Gold Star Mew PSA 9. This sold for $5,499 through PSA. This is probably one of my favorite Gold Stars. And then the final card on the list today is a Lugia from Neo Genesis First Edition PGC 10, so not PSA or anything, but this sold for $5,306.15 on bid. 44 bids, and this was coming from Canada Slab Sharks Incorporated. And that's going to be it for this week of Pokemon auctions and buy it nows. You guys let me know in the comments down below what was your favorite one from this week. Mine has to be the CT Scan Charizard. I just think it's funny that someone would pay $30,000 for this. And I think it serves as a decent reminder that CT scanning does have some level of impact on the hobby. It's not really going to affect modern stuff. You don't have to worry about it. But for this older stuff that is quite expensive, it is undeniably going to play a role in the buying and selling process. If you guys are shopping on eBay, TCG Player, Hobbiesville, I do have affiliate links down below. They're free and easy to use. I get a small kickback. So it's an easy way to support me continuing to make videos for you guys. With all that said, thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.